Yes. Everyone is fresher or anybody is working employee? No issues. No worries. So, friends, brief myself. My name is Ravi Kanth Lella. I'm your senior mentor. So, I was giving you a course for a complete package for Selenium automation, like Java, Selenium, DevOps, framework, and project. End to end, I was going to deliver for you batch. So, most of the people will have a question, who can take this course? Who can take this course? Selenium automation. Yes, the people who are freshers, the people who are experienced, the people who are non-IT. Yes, any kind of people are eligible for to take this course. Okay. And next question is, what is the prerequisite to take the Selenium automation? Yes, some programming knowledge is required for to take this Selenium automation. Yes, what kind of languages the Selenium supports means it supports Java, C#, Ruby, Python, R language, Dart, Scala, PHP, okay, what is that? R language, Dart language, Scala, PHP, Go programming, Haskell, etc., etc. Many more languages are supported to work with the Selenium tool. Selenium is a tool which associated with some languages. Any one of language you prefer to develop your using Selenium automation tool. So as this course is designed for Java with the Selenium, so we go first with the core Java.
Hello, ma'am. Aiden actually,
Selenium tool.
yesterday night he
Friends,
got
we're
sick.
getting some disturbance. Kindly, can you please
So
be?
actually, he has studied for the unit test. Can he write the unit test and come back? Not in the classroom, at least in the office.
Okay, fine. Core Java and Selenium and DevOps and framework and project. So these things we are covering for our course. So first we'll start with core Java, because if you want to become as a good programmer, you want to become as a good automation engineer, you must be technically sounds good. Technical in the sense, what language you are using to build your automation scripts, that language you must be perfect in that. So I can show you the official website for Selenium will be the selenium.dev is an official website. So here we go. In the banner we can see Selenium automates browsers. That's it. What you do with that power is entirely up to you. Friends, Selenium is an automation tool which automates browsers only. Browsers means web applications. The applications which are open through browser, those are called web applications. So my Selenium 100% automates only web applications, not a window desktop application. That's it. Selenium automates browsers. That's it. What you do with that power is entirely up to you. The power is nothing but not a boost, not a multiple. Yes, the thing is, the power of that is for Selenium is language binding. Any one of language you can prefer in knowing the concepts, then we can using the Selenium tool we can build any automation scripts. So we prefer core Java as a base programming language for work within Selenium. Yes, what concepts in core Java will be learning? Yes, so we'll be learning about what is a project, what is a package, what is a Java class, interfaces, abstract classes, method overloading, overriding rules, polymorphism, constructors, loopings, decision-making statements, single-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, user-defined array, if conditions, okay, switch cases, decision-making statements, loopings, scanner classes, variable types, data types and its default values, typecast, Java inheritance, axis, non-axis modifiers. Okay, now strings, Java strings, debugging, exception handling, collections, file systems. All these concepts will be covered. What are the concepts I have delivered right now? Each and every concepts we are will be having the knowledge on it. So after completion of this Java only, we'll go with the Selenium, because what to do, when to do, how to do. If you don't know the concepts of core Java, how can you build that? So here banner, it was clearly saying that what you do with that power is entirely up to you. The power is nothing but the program knowledge. Whatever the program you selected to build your Selenium automation scripts on that program, core OOPS concepts must be aware of it. Even if you want to become as a good programmer in development aspect or testing aspect, programming knowledge is must. That too, OOPS concepts. Any programming language, OOPS concepts is a basic OOPS concepts is required to work with the Selenium. Okay, now. So here, friends, I will give very clear picture on each and every concept in Java concepts, whatever I have discussed right now. I'll give the concept and I'll give some assignments, references for practicing the programs. Technically, you must be sounds good means not knowing the concepts. You must be also aware of doing the programs also. Okay, now I'll make hands free how to work with programs also while giving the concepts. And after that, one more struggle people will face, like troubleshootings. Okay, once you know the concepts, where to do, how to do, when to do, when you come to know, then you start writing the programs. Okay, yes, when you write the programs, when we run the programs, there is a chance of occurring of runtime errors in a runtime, right? So we would have to diagnose that. We have to diagnose it where exactly the issue was. So most of the people will struggle there itself. In he seeing here and there who will support us. So don't take anyone's support, friends. It just make friendship with the debugging. Okay. So debugger is one of the where it's supposed to debug that your test case steps. Suppose we have 20 lines of 20 sequence lines, one program is there. Suppose in 20 lines, suppose at particular 8th line some issue occurred. Where it is, what it is, we don't know. So exactly we have to find where it is exactly. So while debugging step-by-step execution only, we'll come to know where exactly the issue was. We can troubleshoot easily. So how to debug the scripts also, I will tell you that. So I'll tell you the basic concepts of language, and I'll give some assignments, and I will make you understand how to debug the scripts step by step. Everything I'll give very clear picture on it. So once after completion of core Java, then we go with the Selenium automation tool. Of course, we have various automation tools are available in the market, but Selenium has become more popular. So it's a user friendly, and we have so many components. Third party tools are which are supported to build a Selenium day to day. Yes, let me show you that. Friends, in Selenium is a tool which has some components. Selenium WebDriver, Selenium ID, and Selenium Grid. Of course, we also have Selenium RC also. RC means remote controller. Okay, WebDriver, IDE, Grid, RC. But RC got deprecated, friends. Only the 3 components are available in Selenium: Selenium WebDriver, Selenium IDE, and Selenium Grid. The first component in Selenium was Selenium IDE. So Selenium IDE, if you want to work with, not required any programming knowledge. What I said, Java, C#, Ruby, no programming knowledge is required when we are working with the Selenium components IDE. It's just a record and playback tool. Just a record and playback tool. Just you record it. Whatever steps you are supposed to do, before doing that, just start recording and do operations, whatever you want to do. All the statements will be recorded. Lastly, you stop it. Then you play it. Record and playback tool. Just record, do transaction, stop recording and playback. Record and playback tool. Not require any programming knowledge. By default, the backend it stores that recorded steps as a HTML format. Okay, but this Selenium ID will be used for pilot projects for getting instant results in producing client for instant results. ID supports. In case real time, we never use ID, friends, just to show the instant results to the client if any new project comes. Okay, as for pilot projects, we prefer as an ID in saving the time in producing the instant results in showing to the clients. Okay, so and next here what we recorded, the statements in one browser may sometimes not work in other browsers, and some of the elements may not recorded using Selenium ID. So these all drawbacks as considered, and they have introduced one more component as Selenium WebDriver. So where if you want to work with the Selenium WebDriver, where we must be aware of any one of these language bindings, any one of language bindings, you must be aware of it. While using any one of the language binding, we are going to be build a Selenium WebDriver scripts. A robust browser-based regression automation suites and tests we can build by using the Selenium WebDriver tool, where ID will record it only in one browser, execute in one browser, where in WebDriver we can build in one browser, can execute in n number of browsers. That's what if you want to create robust browser-based regression automation suites and tests, then we go with the WebDriver. Developer one browser, WebDriver browser, you can execute in many browsers. Okay, fine. Once you build your Selenium WebDriver scripts, okay, in respect browsers, yes, then the same scripts you are supposed to execute for many platforms, OS, and many browsers. How can we execute the single script in executing in multi-platform OS and multiple browsers parallel with the help of the Selenium grid component? Okay, na? If you want to scale by distributing and running tests on several missions and manage multiple environments from a central point, making it easy to run, the tests against the vast combination of browsers and operating system, then we have to use the Selenium grid. So developing your automation scripts using Selenium, we use Selenium WebDriver by using any one of the language binding. That developed automation scripts we are supposed to scale and distribute in executing in many computers, many operating systems, many browsers with the support of the grid concept. So the appropriate combination for Selenium was WebDriver with the grid, which develops robust browser-based regression automation suites and tests by using grid. It scales and distribute in executing your developed scripts parallelly in many operating system and in many browsers using grid concepts. So the appropriate combination for Selenium was, yes, it was WebDriver and okay, na? This combination we use for Selenium. Friends, Selenium is a free, it's an open source. It's not a paid license software, it's an open source. There are so many, some automation tools are there which are paid one, like UFT right now, what we are talking. It's a paid license tool, automation tool. But whereas Selenium is an open source. So it's a non-profitable organization. Selenium was a non-profitable organization, like you and me can contribute any suggestions, any course, any you want to develop. You can be one of the sponsor level in the Selenium. You can take a membership in a Selenium. There are some various categories of sponsorship levels are there. Suppose you are the company XYZ, you want to sponsor for the Selenium. Yes, be as a part of the Selenium. As a there are some platinum and gold, like these sponsorship levels are there. Be part of that with your company and contribute something for the Selenium, where we can contribute some, we can build some codes improving day to day the Selenium. Likewise here there are so many sponsor levels are there. As I said, it's a non-profitable organization. Selenium tool is a non-profitable organization. There are so many levels of sponsors are there. They're sponsoring and they're building that Selenium day to day. Selenium level sponsors, browser stack, these are the companies or the Selenium level sponsors. If you go down, support the Selenium project. What want to support the Selenium project, learn more, or view the full list of sponsors. If you click on learn more, you can see not only Selenium level sponsors, we have gold level sponsors, which is a micro focus organization. Silver level sponsors, these are the companies listed, and bronze level sponsors, these are the company listed. These are all companies together sponsoring the Selenium to grow day to day. Would you like to your company be listed in this page? Just click on learn more about sponsoring for Selenium. So these are some terms and conditions that are given like here. So if you want to be a sponsor, any one of the category what I shown you, Selenium level sponsors, you have to pay $20,000, platinum level sponsors $10,000 like this. If your company wants to be part of the Selenium, being as a sponsor, any one of the category base, yes, your wish, you can be the sponsor level for this. Okay. Yes. Okay. So let's come back. Yes. So friends, we're getting some noise. Can you please don't mind being mute? Yes. Components. Okay, fine. I'm muting you. So fine. So Selenium is a open source tool, free tool, not required to purchase any license. There are so many sponsor levels teams are there. They are sponsoring and building the Selenium day to day. So what are the components available in Selenium means Selenium WebDriver, Selenium IDE, Selenium Grid and Selenium RC. 4 components are there. RC got deprecated. Only 3 components are there. Where the appropriate combination for Selenium was Selenium WebDriver with the Grid. Using WebDriver, we build a robust browser-based regression automation suites and tester by using Selenium WebDriver. After developing that, we scale and distribute in executing the developed scripts parallelly in many operating systems and many browsers with the support of the Grid. This is the appropriate combination for Selenium. Okay, na? So what are the components? What are the concepts which we cover in the Selenium means? Let's come to the yes, this document. Yeah, let's have a glance. What concepts we'll be covering? Yes, we see that how to launch various browsers and how to make the browser launching program dynamically, because launching a browser is a common functionality for every test case. So how do we launch various browsers and adding the jars dependencies? Okay, all those things we'll see that. And next, coming to that, option classes and profiles concept, because when we are running your test case through manually means everything, your presence will be there. If any source stoppers comes like notifications, proxy settings, any certificate errors, any information bars, kind of things, anything occurs when you does manually, your intervention will be there. You can handle that. But when everything we are going through automation means, so everything is automation engineer responsibility. If any notifications comes, you must handle through automation. Any certificate errors comes, you must handle with automation. Everything is automation engineer responsibility. So what we can do, we have to take the browser into our control, because what is that? Information bars, notifications, all these comes through browsers. Certificates, all these comes through browsers. Information bars, all these comes through browsers. Maximizing the browser, all this comes through browsers. Everything needs to be handled through Selenium only on browser, whatever the activities appears when we are running through automation. So in that case, we have to take the browser into our control. We have to vasikarna the browser into our control. So how can we take the browser into our control means by just creating our user-defined browser profiles. While creating our user-defined browser profiles, we can take the browsers into our control. So how do we create a user-defined profiles for Chrome, Firefox? I'll show that. Once we take the browsers into our control using the options class, Chrome options class, Firefox options class, while using that respective browser corresponding options class, we can handle like information bars and maximizing the browsers, disabling information bars, notifications, page load strategies, certificates, proxy settings. Whatever we can does with on browser manually, the same thing we can does with using options class. If you want to necessary settings, first of all, you have to take browser into our control just by creating our user-defined browser profiles. On that user-defined browser profiles using options class, we can do necessary settings. Okay, and next come to the synchronizations. Friends are where you know that scripts will be very fast in execution, where application elements loading will take more time to load. It will be some delay time to load that any element. If you are putting the target to do the action, and load time will be very slow. So where there is a chance failure of your script, script is fast, application load time is very slow, so there is some gap is there where our scripts are getting failed. We have to put some synchronization between your application web elements and your scripts. So where we use some synchronization methods like thread.sleep, implicit wait, explicit wait. So how we can sync that too, we'll see that. And next come to the locators. Friends, if web application has so many web elements like text box, radio buttons, checkbox, links, drop downs, okay, web tables, web calendars, whatnot. So many elements are there in your web application. How do I interact them? How do I interact them? Then how we can interact means same simple example. Friends, we are the human beings. We want to identify any person. What we will do? What will you do, friends? If you want to identify any person, what will we do? If I want to identify any person, what I will do, friends? Tell me. If I want to identify any person, what I will do? How can I identify the person?
Identification or ID.
Yes. What is the identification? Generally, if I want to call you, what I prefer to approach you? With what reference? With what property I will approach you?
Name.
Name, right? Name is one property. Of course, not only name, every person has some set of properties starting from baby coming from mother womb. First, if any baby comes from the mother womb, what we say, hey, baby is very handsome, very colorish, nails are very length, long, like this we say, and like height, weight, color, complexity. Next, Aadhaar card number. Next, Namakarna we do, first name, last name, nickname, right? If he is staying in US means SSL number. If he is eligible for what card, okay, SSL number. Okay, if he working as employee means employee ID. All these are properties. All these are the properties for the persons. Of course, based on the situation, we'll use that property. Suppose the person is working as an employee means, what is the reference to identify that person there to calculate the salaries? If being as employee, I want to calculate salaries.
Employee ID.
Employee is a unique ID for identifying the employees for calculating salaries. We are contexting in elections. What is the identity there to identify you as a citizen of India? When you are contexting, that's a voter card, right? You must be eligible.
Yes.
You must be registered as a voter. You must be a member of, right? Which is like voter card we call it. Suppose you are purchasing any electronic goods. What is the identity there? Aadhaar card number, right?
What?
Aadhaar card. Yes. So based on situation, we are using the identity. So every person have identity properties. By using that unique identity properties, we are identifying the particular object. Similar way, in our web application also, we have so many web elements are there. How do we identify the web elements? Every web element have some set of properties like how human being has ID, name, class name, XPath, CSS, link text, password text, tag name. Like this, so many properties are there, attributes. By using these identical properties, we are interacting the web elements. So especially on locators, we'll talk like 6 hours because most of the people will struggle on and working with locators only. And in that, especially XPath, CSS, selectors, how do we write our customizer? 2 days we'll be talking on it. Out of 6 days, out of 6 hours, 4 hours is basic understanding of locators, and rest of 2 hours will be working on writing our own XPaths and own CS selectors dynamically. We'll see some examples also in some applications. Marvin project. So this is a build tool. In real time, if any project you want to build, we're using some build tools. Of course, we have so many build tools. Ant is there, Maven is there, Gradle is there. Of course, Ant is deprecated. Now, right now, Maven and Gradle, these are the build tools where we can build any projects. So we'll be using the Maven build tool. How can we build our projects? How can we add the dependencies? How can we add the configurations? Okay. How can we run the goals? Okay, how to run your project through Maven build, okay, na, through POM XML, all those things will start in the Maven build projects and TestNG framework. Friends, Selenium itself don't have any built-in frameworks, where TestNG is one of the Java defined framework. TestNG is a Java defined framework. So using the TestNG framework, we are building our projects. In TestNG, mainly we use the annotations, before annotations, after annotations, test annotations, listeners, data providers. We have so many annotations are there. Everything we build through annotations, execute through annotations only. Okay, na? So here we'll see that how to create SMG classes, what annotations takes place, executions. If we have more annotations, if you don't want to execute particular test case, how do we skip it? How do we set up priorities when we are executing the multiple test cases? How to run your test cases parallelly? How to set the test dependencies? How to group the test cases? How to work with the listeners? How to work with the data providers? How to report it using assertion classes, soft assets and hard assets? And we'll do one small pilot project in a TestNG framework. So end-to-end TestNG will be working for 9 hours. Any project will be use the build tool Maven and framework as a TestNG. Without this, we never build any programs, any projects. And come to the page object model. Page object model is one approach where how we organize the pages. See friends, if you talk about a web application, means in our web application we have a number of pages. Together pages we call as a one website. Yes or no? How well you organize the pages. Okay. Instead of maintaining complexity in the pages, we make a breakdown the pages. Each page contains some web elements and some operations. Page level web elements and operations we organize in separate Java classes. 10 web pages are there, 10 Java classes. Okay, so all these things we'll see that, friends. So automating links. So majority of the web elements in your applications, we can find the links. Static links will be there, dynamic links will be there, broken links will be there, hidden links will be there. Okay, now how do we interact the links? A single link or group of links in a page or specific header portion links, how to interact? All these things one fine day will talk about automating links. And coming to the automating drop downs. Yes, in drop downs where we used to select an option, single option and multi options. How do we select the options in drop down? In various approaches, using by send keys, using by select class, using by JavaScript executors, using by action classes. How do we select various options in drop downs? You'll see that. And coming to the pop-ups. So some of the pop-ups will appear when we are running your scripts, like a security pop-ups, JavaScript pop-ups, HTML pop-ups, Windows pop-ups. Various pop-ups will be occur during executions and stops your executions. How can we handle various types of pop-ups in automation? We'll see that. And come to the actions class. Some of the elements, some of the advanced elements can't be interacted directly with the WebDriver. In that case, we will take a support of the actions class. So here mouse hovering elements, right clicking, double clicking, chain actions, dragging and dropping elements, automating slide bars, like this kind of advanced elements directly cannot be performed with the WebDriver. Then we'll take a support of the actions class. We'll discuss all those things. And JavaScript executors. How we write a WebDriver scripts using Selenium WebDriver, interacting web elements, how we perform the actions. The same thing we can do with JavaScript executor also. One fine day we'll talk about JavaScript executor. How do we identify the elements? How do we write a scripts in using JavaScript executor also? I will tell you that. And coming to the Windows components. Friends, my Selenium will not automate the Windows elements. It only automates the web elements only. Okay, now if any window elements appears during execution of the Selenium using the when we are running web applications, suddenly some Windows elements occurs. How can we handle them? Nothing to worry. So we will have some open source Windows automation tools are there. AutoIT, Supli, Robotics, like these Windows automation tools are there. By using any one of the free Windows automation tool, we can automate and we can execute it. So here using AutoIT, I'll tell you how to download, how to install, how to write AutoIT code, how to compile the code, how to associate this AutoIT code into the web driver script. Everything we will discuss on it. And next come to that automating web tables. So some of the elements will be present inside tables, like static tables, dynamic tables will be there. How do we work with different approaches? And in web tables, we have a calendars and paginations web tables are there. Pagination web table means one table will be there which contains 10 rows only. If the 10 rows completed, next 11 to 20 has to come. So when I click on next button only, next page will come. Next in next page, one more table comes which is indexing with 11 to 20. That 20 filled now next page I want to go with. If I click on next, 21 to 30 will come like this. Web table paginations. How do we work? Web tables, web calendars, static tables, dynamic web tables. We'll talk about this web table concept. And when we are automating the scripts, so each step requires some test data. Where do we organize the test data? There are various data sources are there. In that respect to data sources, we are going to be organized. From there, we are taking the to the script like log4j, properties files, XML files, Microsoft Excels. These are the various data sources where we use to organize our test data in giving to the test case steps. So only for this all this data management, we'll talk about 7 to 8 hours. And next come to the grid. So if you want to scale and distribute your developed WebDriver scripts parallelly in many operating systems and many browsers, we take support of the grid. In grid, we used to do some configurations like creating the hub and the nodes, and there we pass the desired capabilities. Desired capabilities we are passing and passing that the hub IP address. Okay, all these things, and we take our scripts to execute parallelly in many operating systems and many browsers. So this is what we're going to be discussing in the Selenium WebDriver grid. And let's come to the DevOps. So DevOps is a culture which extends so many components like Selenium, how we have. Yes, DevOps has Ant build tool, Maven, Gradle build tools, and CDCA pipeline, Jenkins, and we have a SVN and source control tool as SVN, VSS. Okay, we have so many components are there like Chef, Puppet, Ansible, Dockers, Kubernetes, like this. Micro Focus, like this, so many components together we call as a DevOps as culture, where DevOps will be used by the developers, will be used by the testers, will be used by the integration team, will be used by the deployment team. Almost every sector team will be used by use that DevOps. Where testers, we are mainly focused on the components as Maven build tool and source versioning control tool as GitHub servers and CDCI, Jenkins. These are the three components which we cover in DevOps. And come to that frameworks, we will be covering the test ng, page object model, data even, and lastly we do the project. And the benefits you get, you'll get soft copy material, get soft copy material for Java and Selenium, and recorded videos recorded videos for 1 year view access and the source code. Daily whatever we build, daily whatever we develop the programs for Java, Selenium project, every source code I will commit in GitHub server, which is repository where everyone can access that code which is available in GitHub server. Source code will share through GitHub server on daily basis. So source code will be shared through GitHub server. So daily whatever programs I build in front of you, I will commit it in a GitHub server and I will share it to everyone. So that is one of the source for you to practice it. And recorded videos will be having for 1 year view access and soft copy material for Java and Selenium will be shared to that. And the course duration will be 0.5 months for code content course core Java Selenium DevOps framework project will take 2.5 months, and daily Monday to Friday will be the sessions goes on, and occasionally I will take on weekends also, only for this grid the Maven GitHub server Jenkins, because these are the configurations where I will not do in my system. I will take any one of you screen share. I will make to happen in your system hands on. You will do that. I will explain from my end. So that's what a grid, if I talk about grid means it will take 4 hours to complete the grid concept. So one day I can't complete in 1 hour, right? And also time will be dragged. That's why only on weekends, out of 2.5 months, 4 weekends I will take to complete this Maven setup, GitHub setup. I will take 6 hours. Jenkins I will take for 6 to 7 hours like this. That's what I'll take 4 weekends to complete these selected concepts like grid, Maven, GitHub or Jenkins. But remaining all the concepts I will take regularly Monday to Friday, like 2.5 months. I hope everyone understood what is
Yes,
my
sir.
intention, right?
Uh, Excuse me, sir. When we start this batches?
From tomorrow only. Just today?
From tomorrow only.
Yes, from tomorrow
Okay.
we're going to be start the regular classes.
And what's the time?
Timing will be same, 8 to 9.
Okay. 8 to 9 at morning.
Yes.
Okay. And fees, sir?
Fee will be 4,000.
Okay. Okay, sir then.
Okay.
And sir, other are also taking means API testing and mobile testing.
No, this is purely functional automation testing, core Java, Selenium, DevOps,
Okay.
frameworks, and project. So if it is API means that's again 45 days course. That's separate. Okay. If it is you're talking about API, you're talking is this a 2 months of course it was. Mobile testing is a 45 course. Database also 45 days course. Manual testing is 1 month course. Like this. Okay. Some people will take, we say like as a combo. We'll do all those things within 3 months like this. Don't trust that kind of.
No.
Yeah.
I ask you means you take that also in
No.
separate.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
my
Okay, sir, then.
after completion of that functional automation testing, my suggestion is you will take one more tool like either mobile testing or API testing. That will make value advantage for your resume.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
But everything is the basis of functional automation testing Selenium only. Even to work with the mobile automation, even to work with API web services, the base will be the Selenium functional automation tool only.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
I have joined a bit late. Can you provide your contact number?
You will get the recordings. Today we had a demo session. So all end-to-end what I'm covering for your batch, everything I've given.
Yeah, I have joined this demo session a bit late. Can you provide
Which
your
means
contact so that we will
no,
reach
sir.
you direct?
No, sir.
No.
Contact will not be provided. Management will be reaching you directly. So you'll be getting contact through mail only with me. Okay. Once you have done the payments, you'll be contacting through my mail IDs. So every recordings will be come from me only.
Not
You know?
that. Not just to discuss all of course and all.
Yeah, everything you'll be get the recording. Okay, you'll be get the recording, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, for automation testing, how much is the fees course, sir?
4,000.
4,000. If combined with manual,
Manual will be teach by other person, not by me.
okay.
It's
Total
purely
of 2.5 months course for automation
yes.
testing.
Complete core Java, Selenium, DevOps, framework, and project end to end.
Okay. I need only Selenium with testing, sir. So
That's what
Selenium with Java
Selenium
and
only.
automation.
Selenium with Java only. See, DevOps is part of Selenium, sir. Don't treat like this is separate tool. DevOps is part of.
Okay.
Without frameworks, we
Okay.
cannot build your programs. And lastly, we do the project for you, how you are building the project. Everything is a package, sir. Is nothing is different tools we are giving, sir. It's all is built in. There is no
Okay,
excuse.
these all five things come under
Selenium only.
automation testing.
Yes, see,
Selenium
DevOps
with
will be used
Java.
by developers, will be used by testers, deployment team. Okay.
Oh,
Every person using is DevOps. Here in the testers, we'll be involving in DevOps as Marvin build tool, GitHub distributed server, Jenkins as CI pipeline. These components will be used in the DevOps for Selenium.
okay. Okay.
Where grid is a setup, which is component of Selenium. Once you build your programs using WebDriver, we scale and distribute in executing your developed scripts parallelly in many operating system and many browser with the support of grid. Okay, na? All these things.
Offline videos will be available for this, sir. If you miss the class,
Yes, you'll be getting the recorded videos for 1 year view access.
1 year access.
Okay, batch. Okay.
When will be
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry.
when will
Yes,
the
yes,
main
you go ahead.
when will be the main session will start, sir? This is the
From
demo
tomorrow.
now.
From tomorrow.
From tomorrow onwards. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir, how to pay you? Any?
Management will reach you, madam. Management will be communicating you through mail. They'll call you personally also. So you can
Okay.
to them. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay then. And sir, how to join daily basis? Because this is a very lengthy process.
Yes, this is the link for 1 week is going to be work. After 1 week, the link is going to be changed. We'll get the update from the management of change of link. Okay, nothing to worry. And you registered before you join with your mail ID and your name and your phone number. Management will personally contact you. Will inform you all the updates regarding the payments and regarding any link changes. Everything they will be communicating with you. Okay, na?
Any certification will be there at the end of this
Yes,
course.
course completion certificate. If you request for the management, they'll be providing you. But any institutes are giving the course completion certificate, it doesn't make any value also. Just the people satisfaction. That's it. As I believe, I'm saying that. Okay.
Okay.
There'll be no value for the certificate if any institutes are providing. Okay. Honest, I'm saying that. So many people will be asking like this: will you provide certificate? No use of the certificate. Okay. If you want, the management will be providing you. Not issue for that. Okay. Just a contact management.
So and I'm now working, so I want to change my career in automation. So can I give experience of that? Means suppose after completion of this course.
Sorry.
Means I'm now working on manual testing, so I want to change my career in automation.
Okay.
So means so I give that experience for this course.
Not required. You can put your manual testing as just put like you work for how many years? 6 years you have been in this testing, right?
No. I have 2 year experience in manual.
No issues. You can put like 2 months as manual testing, 1.5 year as automation. That's it. Kind of close. Genuine company you have. Okay, no need to go for extra certificate also, right? You have genuine experience for 2 years. You better keep. You worked as automation engineer for 2 years. Otherwise, 6 months for manual testing. See, nowadays there is no matter of manual testing automation. You are as a automation engineer. That's it. All is all.
Okay.
Earlier, the people manual testing separate team, automation separate team, performance separate team, like this it was there. Nowadays, not like that. All rounder. One person works for n number of tools. Okay, na?
Okay.
Keep work
Yeah.
for manual, you work for automation past 2 years. Nothing matters. It's a genuine, right? Genuine.
No. When they called, they asked now what is the relevant experience in automation. That's why I asked.
Or then you can put like starting my join for manual testing. Later, I was trained and I was shifted to the automation. Past for enough year. You can keep that. Not an issue.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Enough. Yeah. Nothing matters. So, and one more thing.
And so only one batch is there, 8 to 9.
Sorry.
Means morning batch is there only, not that evening batch.
No, madam. No evening batch right now. Currently, only the morning batch we have.
Okay, no problem then.
Okay. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay, friends. If you don't have any queries, we are good to stop for today. Shall I?
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
Thank
at
you,
what
friends.
time?
Great day. Yes.
Tomorrow at what time can you start the session, sir?
Same timing. 8 to 9. 8 to 9. We started the session 8. Of course, I'm having some technical issues. I joined a little bit 15 minutes late, I guess, myself, because some technical issue I faced. Management has helped me to solve that problem. So sharp 8 means 8:05. By 8:05 going to be start. I start meeting by 8 o'clock. The exact class will start on 8:05.
Tomorrow only for paid persons.
Yeah, first 2-3 class will be free only. Third class you have to pay the fees. Okay.
That means tomorrow will be third class, sir.
Today's first class, sir.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, madam. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, actually, what has happened is like since I'm working now and the new project I've been assigned, and for that I'm learning for this course. And in case if I get some error or if I need some help support, can I contact you?
Madam, I will tell you. So if anybody wants any job supports, I can refer some other persons. Okay.
Okay.
Have any issues? Okay, I will give some reference number. You can contact them. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Sir. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So let me fix our agenda. Let me fix our agenda, guys, please. So today we are going to be understand what is DevOps. We're going to be understand what is DevOps for today. In tomorrow, we are going to be understand what is Azure and what is the difference between Azure versus DevOps. So this is an exactly class for tomorrow, but today we are going to be understand what is an exactly DevOps. We are going to be understand. So this course is designed with complete DevOps plus complete Azure plus Linux basics. So first we're going to be our course will be starts with what? Linux. We're going to be starts with what? Linux. Then we're going to be starts with what? Azure administration, which we are going to be covering, please. Git administration we're going to be covering. Then after completion of Azure, we're going to be discuss about DevOps. So this is an exactly flow of our class. So before starting the session, let it be course overview. This course is designed with what? Complete DevOps, complete Azure, administration, Linux basics with shell script. The total duration of this course is 5 months. It will take 5 months. Total duration is, it will be 5 months. So Azure duration itself 2 months plus. So DevOps duration is 3 months. Total how much guys please? 5 months. If you join in this course, so you require a Linux basics that I will be covered. And shell script also required, that also will be covered. No programming like Java, .NET, Python not required. So to learn this course, so practice daily, you require a laptop with this configurations. So either freshers can join or experience, anyone can join, either freshers or experience, anyone can join in this course. So minimum graduation is graduation. Any graduate can join like this, like a BSc Computers, MC, MBA, BTech, MTech. Any graduate can join in this course. If you join in this course, which are all the benefits? So daily class recordings, after the payment, you will receive via Google Drive. From date of registration, it is 11 months access. So resume preparation, interview question and answers. For live real-time projects, it will be covered. 80% of software it will be covered. Our course starts with very basic level, finish with what? An advanced. Finish with what? An advanced, please. And each and every session is a practical oriented session. I will implement in front of you. The same thing you're going to be implement in your laptop also. So after completion of this course, you will receive a certificate from our institute. So daily 1 hour session. Daily 1 hour session, 7 PM to 8 PM. Monday to Saturday. Monday to Saturday. So you're going to be paying 12,000 rupees for complete DevOps, for complete Azure, and for daily recording sessions, guys, please. It is an exactly course overview. And so before starting the session, so I'm going to be ask you. So before starting the session, so let me introduce myself. So my name is Maha. I have totally 15 years IT experience. So my career starts as what? Java developer. Then I turn as a DevOps engineer with AWS as well as Azure also. So from last 5 years onwards, I'm working as a senior DevOps engineer. Senior DevOps engineer. So before starting, so I'm going to be ask you 3 questions. So what are the first question I'm going to be ask you? What is an application? Second question is what? What is a server? Third question is what? What is SDLC? So what is an application? Anybody help me? Application is nothing but what? A website. Application is a website like a Flipkart, Book My Show, IRCTC. These are all we calling as what? Website. We are calling as what? Applications. What is an application? Anybody help me? The working software which is written any programming language, we call as what? Application. That application we are going to be placing on server side. We're going to be placing on server side, please. So once if it is placed on server side, once if it is placed on server side, we can able to access over internet as a website. So I'll repeat this point, listen very carefully. What is an application? Anybody help me? Application is equal to website. Application is equal to website. The website we're going to be placing on where? Servers. Once if it is placed, we're going to be accessing over internet as what? Website. I hope you people are understand. And third question is what exactly? SDLC. SDLC. So what is an SDLC? Please, anybody help me? Software Development Lifecycle. software development lifecycle. In SDLC, we have several stages like analysis, design, implementation, testing, deploy, and maintenance. So these are all stages we have. These are all the stages we have. Analysis, design, implementation, testing, deploy, and maintenance. So by helping of SDLC, we can produce an application. That application we are going to be placing on server side. Then we are going to be accessing as a website. So means by using SDLC, we can produce a software to do business in internet. To do the business in internet. So, for example, if you want to, a Flipkart kind of application, like Redbus kind of applications, can able to get it overnight? Can able to get overnight in a single day? No, it is not possible. It is not possible. So what we'll do, please, step by step, stage by stage. So what is the first step, guys, please? Analysis means gathering information, means how exactly login page, how exactly registration page, how exactly the payment gateway, each and every information will be gathered from where? Client. How exactly the business model, what is the business, what are the purpose he's doing business, what are the scope of this business, what are the market, each and everything it will be gather and analysis. Based on analysis, it will be design. Based on analysis, it will be design. Design is nothing but what? Plan. Design is nothing but what? Plan. According to the plan, our developers will be implemented by using Java, .NET, Python, implement. By using any programming, our developers will be implement. So once if it is implement, so our testers will be verified whether it is working or not. It will be verified. So once if it is verified, so then we are going to be placing on hundreds of servers. Once if it is placed on hundreds of servers, so we can able to access our internet as a website. Whether it is working or not, we are keep on monitoring and maintenance. This entire flow we are calling as what? SDLC, software development lifecycle. In this SDLC, so architects are involved, developers are involved, testers are involved, Linux administrators involved, DB administrators involved, DevOps engineers, AWS administrators, Azure administrators, all people are involving in this flow. If you are IT employee, if you are a software employee, you are part of this diagram. You're part of this diagram. You're part of SDLC. So testers can verify the software. Developers can write the code. What about DevOps engineer here? What about Azure people here? Understood very clearly. What is an exactly DevOps engineer do here? So as a DevOps engineer, we are going to be implementing a DevOps process. As a DevOps engineer, we are going to be implementing DevOps process. What is the DEV, guys, please? Development. What is OPS, please? Operation. The combination of development plus operation we are calling as what? DevOps. That means our roles and responsibilities start from where? Dev environment. Ends with where? Operation. That means, so we are part of coding, we are part of build, we are part of testing, we are part of release, we are part of deploy and operation monitor. But to be frankly, we are not writing any coding. We are not writing any test cases. Just we are going to be implementing an automated DevOps process. An automated DevOps process. So once in implement DevOps process, we are going to be delivering automatically, which is written by developer, that code automatically deploying onto the production environment. The lines of code, which is written, the lines of code by developer, it's going to be deploying on production environment. So while delivering working software from dev environment to production environment, make sure whether you are going to be delivered within a shortest time or not, whether you're going to be delivered with a high quality or not, with a low cost or not. It is a DevOps. So what is a DevOps? Anybody help me? Is DevOps is a technology? No. Like Python, like Java? No. It is not a technology. It is a process. DevOps is a process. DevOps is a process. DevOps is a methodology. DevOps is a process. So while implementing this DevOps process, make sure whether you are going to be delivering working software within a shortest time or not, with a high quality or not, with a low cost or not, is nothing but what? DevOps process. Is nothing but what? DevOps process. Is nothing but what? DevOps process. So by using DevOps, which are all the advantages, guys, please, we can able to deliver fast and frequent. And we can able to improve n number of deployment. And with high quality, with low cost, with a low failure rate. So these are all the features and advantages by using DevOps process. So once if you are getting into the company, so what is an exactly roles and responsibilities? Replacing with what? Complex pipeline with transparent pipeline. Complex pipeline. Replacing with what? Transparent pipeline. Sir, what is a complex pipeline? Our SDLC process is complex. DevOps process is a transparent. Sir, why we are calling SDLC is a complex? Because of it is a manual process. Because of it is a manual process from analysis to design, design to implementation, implement testing. It is a manual process. It is a manual process. So due to the manual process, if you got any issue in the middle, so to identification, it will take long time. For resolving, long time. That's what we're calling as a complex. So to understand one more time, so we have a water pipeline underground. Somewhere else we have a blockage. How difficult to find it? Very difficult. Am I right or wrong? For identification, it will take long time. For resolving also it will long time. That's what we're calling as a complex. But what we're expecting is, please, we're expecting a transparent pipeline. We're expecting what? A transparent pipeline. But the same block in a transparent pipeline. By one look itself, we can able to find it or not? By one look itself, we can able to find it or not? Yes, we can able to find it. We can able to find it. And we can able to resolve this issue as soon as possible. So how exactly you can feel it here? The same way our DevOps process also. Because if it is a transparent pipeline, because if it is a transparent and automated process, while implementing this, if we got any issue, any problem, can able to find it very easily or no? Can able to resolve it very easily or no? Yes. Yes. So that's what we're calling as what? DevOps is an automated transparent pipeline. But actual DevOps transparent pipeline will look like this. The actual DevOps transparent pipeline look like this only. Clear all of you? So in this DevOps transparent pipeline, we have a plan, code, integration, testing, release, deploy, and operation. Plan, code, integration, test, release, deploy, and operations, guys, please. So in this DevOps transparent pipeline, our roles and responsibilities start from where? Coding. Ends with where? Operations. Ends with where? Operation. That means we are part of coding, integration, testing, release, deploy, operation. So while implementing this DevOps process, so we are not part of planning. We are not doing any planning. We are not doing any coding. We are not writing any coding. We are not writing any test cases. Just we are going to be implementing an automated DevOps transparent pipeline from dev environment to production environment. Got it? It's very clear, all of you. It's very clear, all of you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir. But let us understand a little bit deeper. Let us understand. So developers keep on writing code or no? Developers are keep on writing code or no? Yes. That code is going to be maintained by DevOps engineer. We're going to be maintaining. Writing is responsible by the developer. Maintain is responsible by the DevOps engineer. And then, so how many developers are writing? N number of developers are continuously writing. So developers are continuously writing. As a DevOps engineer, we continuously integrate. So once if it is integrated all developer source code, so we are going to be execute our test cases. We are going to be execute our test cases. So once if it is an execute, if there is no error, we are going to be delivering. We are going to be delivering into release. This entire process we are calling as what? CI/CD, continuous integration, making working software. We are going to be a deliver, continuous integration, continuous deliver, CI/CD. So once if it is implement CI/CD, we are going to be deploying our applications on hundreds of servers, either physical servers or virtual servers or Azure cloud servers. We can go for Azure cloud servers. And once if it is placed our applications on hundreds of servers, we can able to access over internet as a website. Clear? That's it. So whether it is working or not, so we are continuously monitoring and maintenance. This entire process which you are calling as what? DevOps process. DevOps process. This DevOps process, either we can implement physical servers or virtual servers or cloud servers, any cloud, either Azure or AWS or Google. Understood very clearly where we are, what we are going to be learning. Fine. But if you want to implement this DevOps process, we have to understand some tool stack. We have to understand some tool stack. The first which we are going to be implementing, CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery. There is a two ways. One is a raw way or else Azure way. Both we are going to be learning. Raw way we are going to be implementing, and the same thing we are going to be implementing in Azure CI/CD pipeline. Both. Both. Azure CI/CD pipeline. Both. So first let us understand raw way. Means Git is a version control. Git is a version control. So which is written by developers. Keep on writing lines of code or no? That code is going to be maintained by Git in a version wide. Once if it written the Java code, we are going to be executing by build tool Maven. Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool. So once if it is an execute our code, we are going to be integrate by helping of Jenkins. Jenkins is an automation tool. Jenkins is a automation tool. Jenkins is an automation tool. And we are going to be learning JFrog also. JFrog is a code analyzer. JFrog is a release. Sorry, repeating. JFrog is nothing but what? Release. JFrog is a release. And we are going to be learning SonarCube. It is not in syllabus, but if we have time, definitely we'll discuss SonarCube also. So by helping of these are all the tools, Git, Maven, Jenkins, JFrog, we are going to be implementing CI/CD pipeline. But the same thing we are simulating in, same thing we are going to be understand one more time in Azure DevOps also. It is a raw way, and another way Azure CI/CD pipeline also. 2 ways we're going to be learning this. That's what we're taking 5 months more time. Fine. And then, so after implementing our CI/CD pipeline, CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery, we want to deploy our applications on hundreds of servers or no? Hundreds of servers or no? These hundreds of servers, how we can able to automate? For example, I want to create a file on 100 servers. Do it by manually one by one. How much time it will take? Just creating one file, 100 servers, and how much time it will take? For example, if you want to install a software, for example, you want to delete a file. If you do manually, how difficult? Please think about it. But what you wanted? An automated process that we are going to be implementing by helping of configuration management. So these hundreds of servers, we can automate by helping of configuration management. So what is an exactly configuration management? Replacing with what? A manual configuration process with replaced with what? An automated process. This configuration management supported by Ansible. And so many tools we have. But we're going to be learning Ansible. So by using Ansible, hundreds of our production servers we can automate. We can easily deploy our applications. But these hundreds of servers, from where we can able to get it? Azure. By using Azure, we can easily get hundreds of servers. On top of hundreds of Azure servers, we are going to be deploying our application by using Ansible. Clear all of you, please. So not only deploying our applications on Azure, we can able to deploying on Docker also. Sir, what is a Docker? Docker is a container. Easily we can able to deploying our applications, please, like a Flipkart kind of applications. To understand. So I think you have real-time containers in your. So I think you have an idea about these containers. How these containers work? Same way. My Docker containers also works. But by using these containers, we can able to transport seafood. If we transport a seafood, any product. But by using our containers, we can deploying our websites like a Flipkart, Amazon, Book My Show, Redbus. We can able to maintain our websites very easily. Not only deploying our applications on Azure servers, we can able to deploy our applications on Docker containers also. But these Docker containers can manage by whom? Ship. How exactly the ship can manage these containers? The same way, my Docker containers can manage by Kubernetes. We're going to be learning Docker and Kubernetes. The same we are going to be implementing in Azure also, please. AKS. Azure Kubernetes services. We're going to be learning Azure Kubernetes services also. And we're going to be learning Vagrant. Vagrant is a virtual provisioning tool. Negios is a system monitoring tool. By using Vagrant, we can able to create a virtual machines in your laptop. By using Negios, we can able to monitor our servers, whether it is server is up and down. So what is the CPU load? We are going to be monitor. We're going to be learning Elastic, Logstacks, Kibana monitoring tools also. How exactly our application is performance? We are going to be monitor. We're going to be, and we're going to be learning Terraform also. By using Terraform, we can able to create a infrastructure, means servers in any cloud, either AWS or Azure or Google. By using Terraform, we are going to be creating infrastructure in Azure. So by using these all the tools, we are going to be implementing our DevOps process. We're going to be implementing our DevOps process. So I hope you people are understands very clearly what we are going to be learning in DevOps portion. So today we understood very clearly what is DevOps. In tomorrow's session, we are going to be understand what is Azure and what is the difference between Azure and DevOps. That is a session for tomorrow. Okay. So, and before taking a questions only, so we are going to be starts with what? Linux basics, then Azure, then it's a flow of our classes. So Linux, it will take 15 days. Azure, it will take 2 months. DevOps, it will take 3 months. There is no fast track and no hurry. We're going to be learning in depth, practical oriented. For example, if you go for Ansible itself, we're going to be discussing 3 weeks. CSID itself 1 month. Docker and Kubernetes, we're going to be discussing 1 month. So we're going to be start very basic from very scratch, and each and every component we're going to be understand, and each and every functionality we're going to be do practically. By end we will do one project in each and every model. This is exactly our approach. Okay. So let us revise one more time. So what exactly we are going to be. So total duration of this course is what? 5 months plus. It include complete DevOps, complete Azure, Linux basic and shell. So shell script I'm going to be covering. Linux basics I'm going to be covering. No programming is not required. So you have a required to practice this sessions. Freshers can join in this course, and experienced students also can join in this course. Any graduate can join in this course. Any graduate can join in this course. So daily recordings you will receive after the payment via Google Drive. From date of registration, you're going to be accessing 11 months. Resume preparation, interview question and answers, 4 live real-time projects I will be covered. 80% of soft materials, yes, we will be. Our course starts with very basic level and finish with what? An advanced level. So in each and every session is a practical oriented session. And after completion of this course, you will receive a certificate. You will receive a certificate. So daily 1 hour session is more than enough. So 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So Monday to Saturday classes. So you're going to be paying 12,000 rupees for complete DevOps, for complete Azure administration, as well as recording sessions. If you want to talk to admin, please talk to 9297. It is my admin number. You can call or you can WhatsApp. You can call or you can WhatsApp. So this is exactly my course content link. So what I'm going to be covered in DevOps, in Linux. So you can able to revise this. If you copy paste this link in the chat box or else in any browser, you can see this. So first document is what? Course overview. Second document is DevOps content. Third document, Azure content. It is still loading, please wait. Here is. Look at once what I'm going to be covered. It around maybe 20 pages of DevOps content. 20 pages. 10 pages of, I think, roughly 10 pages of Azure content. Okay, please revise once. Okay. So that is an exactly for today's session. Okay. So before close the session. So before close the session, so do you have any questions? Please ask me.
So do we cover Azure administration plus Azure DevOps?
Both are.
As well as DevOps.
Both are same. And Azure DevOps and DevOps are same.
Azure DevOps and DevOps are same. But I think those are different. Azure is a common source where you can adapt for AWS, DevOps.
No, so process DevOps is same. And if you go for anywhere else, DevOps is same. Either go for Azure or go for AWS. Process is same. And what we are going to implement, everything is same. But in Azure, we have a separate pipeline. In CI/CD separate pipeline that we are going to be learning also. Azure CI/CD pipeline that we are going to be learning. Not only raw way. So with these tools and as well as in Azure also, we're going to be, that's what we're calling as Azure DevOps.
4 real-time projects we have. 4 real-time.
Yes.
So those projects we going to do in lab or like?
So I will show in the same class itself. We'll implement in the same class itself. We're going to implement. So every day is a practical session. Every day is a practical session. Slowly we can understand each and every component. And each and everything we're going to be practice. So in the life, same way, how we are practicing each and every day, by end, we'll do one project by helping of this entire model, either CI/CD or Docker, Kubernetes, or else Ansible. So we'll do one project by end. So how we are going to implement one task that we are calling as a project in the same class itself.
Can we keep that project in place?
Yes.
So we going to do in class itself.
Yes.
Without laptops.
Yes.
So can we expect any placement assistance?
Talk to admin. So I will provide resume preparation and regarding that. Centric question I will put. Any placement regarding that. So talk to admin, they will help you.
So within 11 months access.
That is recording.
Only recording.
Recording access 11 months
Okay.
from date of registration. So any questions, please, online students? Pavan, Rajesh. Manjuna, Tejas, Vishal. Any question, please, online students? Yeah, Tejas, please. So what is the question, please? Online students, do you have any questions, please?
Sir?
1 second. So Tejas had this question: the DevOps content covered will be based on AWS or Azure? We are joined here is only Azure. We covering only Azure, no AWS. Sorry, we can't expect anything AWS here. That is different batch. AWS DevOps is different. Azure DevOps is different. But in both places, DevOps is same. Okay, but way of implementation, way process is different. Means on which cloud and Azure only. No? Is this Azure DevOps or not? Yes. We're going to be implementing on Azure only. Yes. Changes. Azure DevOps, we are going to be learning. Yes. Yeah. So is there any other questions, please? Still, your question, please.
Can you know about Azure and AWS are both are cloud or different versions?
Both are cloud and Azure or AWS, both are cloud. Both are cloud. So what is the cloud? Why we are using cloud? What is the Azure? We're going to be learning tomorrow. Tomorrow session. The music will be there tomorrow. Fine. Okay, but for you, for your understanding, for his question. So for example, what is the difference between Azure and AWS? So by using these two, we can able to get a rental-based infrastructure, and either servers or cloud, any kind of thing, we're going to be getting a rental-based infrastructure, either by Azure or AWS. Both are same.
GCP also the same.
GCP also same one. Okay, but some companies are using Azure, some companies are using AWS. That's what we're learning. AWS DevOps is separately, Azure DevOps is separate.
Most of the companies prefer one. AWS.
For this question, I will please answer to this question, please. For example, I want to buy a shirt in online. My preference is Amazon. Your preference might be Flipkart. Who can decide this? You force me to buy in a Flipkart me? Can I force to buy in Amazon? Customer depends. So, but we can see in the market. So first leading this point is AWS. Then second place is Azure. Market as per the market standard. So slowly is gradually is increasing, and market occupation is gradually increasing by Azure. But top is AWS always, because if it is first to cloud provider.
So where can we get the course content?
I shown, you know, I pasted content to you.
So can we
Please take this photo. Just pasted this link in the browser, you can able to access. All of you students, please be take a photo. One second. Please take it. Fine. So we're going to be learning Linux also. 15 days of Linux first, basics, fundamentals. Then we start Azure. Then it will take DevOps, and that's what it will take 5 minutes. That's what fees also very high. Okay, fine. So that's it, guys, please. So we'll discuss about tomorrow what is Azure. Okay. What is the difference between Azure and DevOps? That is the class for tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Ethan. We'll be continued by tomorrow at the same time, same place. So in the last session, we understood very clearly what is DevOps. What is DevOps? We understood very clearly. So the yesterday session, it is already uploaded in the YouTube. So Azure DevOps tutorial by Mr. Maha at 7 p.m. So you can able to watch from here. Who are all new joiners for today, you can able to get it this from our YouTube channel. So Durga Soft Solution YouTube channel. Fine, it is already uploaded. Fine. So before starting the session, so first let us fix our agenda. Let us fix our agenda, guys, please. Let us fix our agenda. Let us fix our agenda, guys, please. So today we're going to be discussing about what is Azure. What is Azure? We are going to be discussing for today. In the last session, we understood very clearly what is DevOps. In the last session, we understood what is DevOps. Today, we're going to be understand what is Azure. What is Azure? We understood. We are going to be understood for today. So before starting the session, so I'm going to be ask you one question. Please answer to me. What is an application? Anybody help me? What is an exactly application? Application is equal to website, like Redbus, like Flipkart, like Hardstar, any kind of website, cart, or any kind of website, we are calling as what? A application. What is an application? The working software which is written, any programming, we are calling as what? Application. That application which you are calling as what? Websites. So if you want to deploy this application, if you want to place our applications on hundreds of servers, if you want to maintain this Flipkart kind of applications, we required a infrastructure. We required infrastructure. So what is an exactly infrastructure, please? What is an exactly infrastructure? Anybody? If you open a dictionary, what is the meaning? Infrastructure, for example, to conduct this class, DevOps class or Azure class, we require infrastructure or not? We require infrastructure or not? What kind of infrastructure to conduct this session? Fans, lights, AC, chairs, laptop, TV, projector, internet connectivity, my water bottle. So these are all infrastructure is required to conduct this Azure classes or no? The same way, my question is, for maintaining our applications, for deploying our applications, what kind of infrastructure we require, guys, please? We require servers, we require majorly, we require servers, we require a network, we required databases, we required storage. So these are all major infrastructure is required to maintain our applications. So from how many places, how many ways we can able to get this infrastructure? How many ways to get infrastructure, please? We can able to get either physical form, physical environment, or virtual environment, or cloud environment. So for maintaining our applications, for deploying our applications, we required a infrastructure. This infrastructure, either you can able to get it physical environment or virtual environment or cloud environment or cloud environment. But tell me, what is a cloud compute, please? What is a cloud compute? What is a cloud compute? What is a cloud compute? What is a cloud computing? So what is the question I'm asking, please? What is a cloud computing? Listen very carefully. If you can able to access the remote placed resources over internet from your laptop is nothing but what? Cloud computing. So let us understand a little bit deeper. So what is an exactly cloud computing? What is an exactly cloud computing? What is an exactly cloud computing, please? If you can able to access, if you can able to access the remote placed resources over internet from your laptop is nothing but what? Cloud computing. So for example, it is a data center. This data center is physically exists somewhere else in remote. This data center is an existing in somewhere else in remote place like in US, Singapore, Mumbai, somewhere else. The data center is like, so the huge computing power, keeping in a rack wise in a big room, we calling as what? A data center. It is a physical exist. From this data center, if you can able to access a server, a network, a storage in a virtual form, over internet from your laptop is nothing but what? Cloud computing. Cloud compute. I'll repeat this point. So these data centers are exist. One second now. These data centers are existing in where? Physically somewhere else remote placed. From this remote place, if we can able to access a server, a network, a storage, a database in a virtual form, if we can able to access or control over a internet from your laptop is nothing but what? Cloud compute. But by using cloud, we can able to get a rental based infrastructure. Rental based infrastructure. By using cloud, we can able to get a rental based infrastructure. Rental based infrastructure. By using cloud, we are not buying anything. We're going to be getting a rental based infrastructure. Example, which is easy for you, build then use and select then use. Always select then use. Always select then use. So ready-made things is very easy to use it. For example, if you want to go to railway station, example, if you want to go to railway station, by car, how many ways we can able to get a car? Two ways. One is buying car, another way rental car. Which is easy for you? Just for reaching railway station, are you really buying a car? Or else book a wala cab. It is very easy. Even if you have money, 10 lakhs rupees in your pocket, so why are you wasting money on it? Instead of buying car, you can able to book a wala cab within 10 minutes. The car is available at your doorstep. Getting into the car and reach your railway station. What is the tariff? Maybe 500 rupees you can pay. But instead of that, if you want to buy a car, we need to pay a front amount of rupees 10 lakhs minimum. Then RC, pollution check, insurance copy, driving license. If you don't have driving, driver also required. and monthly maintenance.
But it is cheaper if we go with the family.
Even Volak have also family, no?
So for every members we need to pay.
But 10 lakhs rupees we need to upfront, you know. As a friend purpose is what? Go to for railway station only. Just for reaching railway station, you go to spending 10 lakhs rupees or 500 rupees. Purpose is reaching a railway station. Okay, fine. The same way, just for deploying our applications, Flipkart kind of applications, are you going to buy a server, or else are you going to be book a rental server, which is easy for you? Which is easy for you? Definitely rental servers only. So by using cloud, any cloud, we can able to get a rental infrastructure, either servers, network, storage, or anything. Anything we can able to get rental based, and we are going to be placing our applications, and whatever tariff we're going to be paying, whatever the tariff monthly we are going to be paying. So this is what exactly cloud. Any cloud is a rental based infrastructure. Instead of buying, we are going to be taking a rental infrastructure for maintaining our applications. So for maintaining our application, we require a infrastructure. This infrastructure we're going to be getting from where? Cloud. But so which cloud we are going to be using it? Which cloud? But if we are using a cloud compute, so what is an advantage, guys? Please, storage. We can able to get a servers. We can able to get a private cloud. We can able to get a public cloud. We can able to get a hybrid cloud. We can able to get a databases, direct applications, and mobile apps. And these are all the benefit by using a single cloud computing. These are all why we are using cloud compute, because of these are all the benefits. Security also, yes. Security is also, yes. But if you want to become a cloud provider, if you want to become a cloud, can able to become, if you have a 100 billions of dollars you have, can able to become a cloud? No. So we have to follow some rules and regulations. Then only we can become a cloud provider. But which are all the rules, please? On demand, broad network access, measure their services, resource pooling, rapid delivery. So by following these rules, these are all the rules and regulations, then only we can able to become a cloud provider. Then only we can able to become a cloud provider. What are the first one, guys, please? On demand. On demand is nothing but what? When you want a server. What is the meaning of on demand? When you want a server. When you want a server, the server is immediately ready for your purpose. For example, if you go for physical server, can able to get immediately? If you want to buy a laptop, can able to get immediately? Like this? No. But on demand is nothing but what? So when server you want, immediately we can able to get it in cloud, but physically, virtually not possible. But in the cloud environment, when you want, immediately we can able to get a servers and ready to use, but physically not possible. Rental based. Yeah. So after creating a server on demand based, and we can able to log in and we can able to access our internet from anywhere in the world easily. We can access, we can control. So measure services, we are going to be getting a rental based infrastructure or not? We need to pay rent for every month or not? So it will be calculated based on hourly based. It will measure and it will be calculated. We are going to be paying rent for every month. Means like a utility bill, like current bill, mobile bill, like this. Then resource pooling. Resource pooling is nothing but what? Duplication. So we have one original server. From that original server, we can able to duplicate. For example, we have one laptop here. Can able to duplicate 100 copies. I'll give you laptop. By tonight, please make it by tomorrow. By tomorrow, can able to make 100 copies. My laptop. Physically, no one. But cloud, yes. And cloud, yes, because of it is a logical form. we can able to duplicate n number of times. So rapid elastic, based on requirement, automatically servers will be increased. Automatically servers will be decreased. We calling as what? Rapid elastic. So these are all rules and regulations has to follow by cloud provider. And one more thing, and two things. We have two models. One is deployment models, another is service model. So what is a deployment model, please? So while deploying our applications, we are going to be getting infrastructure or not? We're going to be getting a server or not? For example, we are going to be getting a server, maybe RAM, CPU, whatever maybe. Public means what? So your application, my application, your website, my website, it's going to be placing on a same kind of hardware, RAM, CPU, whatever maybe. Means the hardware resources will be shareable to multiple applications. But whereas private, for example, tomorrow I'm going to be studying a financial application. So my application should be placed on a specific RAM, a specific CPU, which is not shared to any other. That is we calling as what? Private. Hybrid means what? The combination of both. The combination of public plus private we calling as what? Hybrid. For example, so we are using any financial thing like Access Bank or any banking applications. So my application servers in cloud. My database servers in my office. The combination of your on-premises database servers and cloud servers, the combination of these two we calling as what? Hybrid. But the community is nothing but what? No one using it is a futuristic. It is a more secure than these three. It may be an ISRO, like, high level security like NASA kind of thing. Okay, fine. And then what are the next, please? So deployment models, we understood. What are the next, guys, please? Service models. Totally, we have three service models: SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. IaaS. SaaS means what? Software as a service. Software as a service. We have already built a software like, any app kind of applications, or else a Microsoft kind of applications, SAP kind of applications, or we have an application we already built. We can deploy, we can keep it in the cloud, we can market it. So we are keeping software in the cloud. We can deliver to the client based on the license. He can able to get a money. So we are not part of this. As a Azure admin, as a DevOps engineer, we are not part of this. Okay. Then PaaS, platform as a service. Platform as a service. So for example, you require a platform. For example, Java, .NET, Python. So for example, if you want to practice Java application, what we have required, please? Directly can able to execute programming? No. First, we have required a hardware layer. Second, operating system. Then software. Then only we can execute Java program. Am I right or wrong? But what cloud said, so don't worry about hardware. Don't worry about operating system. Don't worry about software. So these three layers I'm going to be providing to you. You can directly execute your program. As a developer, no need to worry about hardware. No need to worry about operating system. No need to worry about software. Directly he can able to execute code here. So platform as service, maybe Java platform, .NET platform, Python platform. So this is belongs to developer, not by you. And IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Infra means what? Maybe service, maybe network, maybe storage, maybe databases. So we are part of IaaS. As a Azure admin, we are part of IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Got it? So the entire cloud segregating the services, three categories. So SaaS kind of services, PaaS kind of services, IaaS kind of services. But we are going to be part of what? IaaC. So which are all the services, which are all services belongs to IaaS, we are going to be learning maybe computing power, maybe networking, maybe storage, maybe networking. Understood? Here is the point why we are discussing this point. Here is the slide, please. So the whole cloud services segregating 3 categories: SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. So we are not doing any application. We are not programmers. We are admin zone. That's what we are part of IaaS. Only IaaS related services we're going to be focused, because we are going to become Azure admin. Fine. So means these are all provided by which cloud providers, please? So many we have. So many cloud providers. So many cloud providers are available in the market. But leading cloud providers are AWS, the first place. Second place is Microsoft. Third place is Google Cloud. So these 3 are leading cloud providers. Means either Azure or AWS or Google has to follow these rules and regulations. What we have discussed. These rules and regulation has to follow by any cloud provider. Any cloud provider, either AWS or Azure or Google. Then only they can become a cloud provider. If it is miss any one feature, any one rule, they can't become a cloud provider. Out of this, we are going to be learning which cloud, guys, please? Microsoft Azure Administration. Microsoft Azure Administration. So why we are using Microsoft Azure, please? So Microsoft Azure is 5 times cheaper than AWS. 5 times cheaper than AWS. But leading is AWS only. It's true. We should be agreed. First place is AWS. Second place is Azure. But so compared to AWS, Azure is cheaper. First point. Same. So the servicing kind of license, for example, Microsoft license kind of things. Microsoft products. So if your company using Microsoft product, then Azure is the best than AWS because of, so it is a Microsoft product. And more than 95% of Fortune 500 companies are using Azure. Slowly is migrating more companies into the Azure. Got it. So why we compare with other clouds? So these are all 3 major points we should be compared. Yeah. So by using Microsoft Azure, so what kind of services we are going to be getting, guys, please? Either maybe computing power, or maybe storage, or a database, or a network. So these are all things we are going to be getting in a virtual form. By using Azure, we can able to get a, so these are all Microsoft Azure providing a cloud services such as computing power, storage, database, network. So these are all infrastructure we are going to be getting in a virtual form. Is nothing but what? Microsoft Azure. Not only Azure, in AWS also we're going to be getting same kind of things. So, but it is a second largest cloud provider. First is AWS, second is Azure. Second largest cloud provider. That's what we are going to be learning. But by using Azure, so which are all the services, which are all the modules we're going to be getting, as please? Computing power, networking, storage, databases, identity access management, and management. So manage cost management, application management, whatever may be. So these are all the modules we are going to be discussing in Azure. So under computing power, so these are all the major services we are going to be covering. Under networking, these are all the major services. And storage, these are all the services. From database, these are all the services. For identity access management, so these are all the things we're going to be covering. These are all major, but the complete detail, so picture we are going to be giving in a content. We had Azure content. If you see that, we can detail manner. Fine. So by using Azure, we can able to get a networking, we can able to get a computing power. If we can able to get a storage, we can able to get a databases and security, means identity access management. And this is a complete picture. So what the point I want to understand, please. So for deploying our applications, for maintaining our applications, we required a infrastructure. This infrastructure, either we can able to get a physical environment or a virtual environment or cloud. But which cloud we are going to be using as, please? Azure cloud. Azure cloud. Azure cloud, please. So to understand this, by using this computing power, so what we can able to do it. So let us understand diagrammatically, guys, please. So for example, first by using cloud, we are going to be establishing a network first. First, we need to establish a network. Without network, we can't be use any device, even laptop, even mobile also, we can be. So first, we are going to be designing a network. It is a network. Then, so we are going to be creating a servers, means computing power. By using computing power, we can able to create a application servers, database servers, and whatever maybe. And we can able to create a databases also. We can able to create a databases. So on application servers, we can able to keep your Flipkart kind of applications. So Hotstar kind of applications or whatever maybe. So, but their customer information, login information, we are going to be maintaining on where exactly, please? Databases. So application maintaining on where exactly, please? On where exactly? Computing power. Computing power. Let it be right down. Computing. Then databases we are going to be using for customer information, like in a tabular form. So once if it is done from over internet, we can able to access over internet by using your client like a browser. So which you have in a laptop, Chrome browser, which you are using, opening this Chrome browser, it is a client. From this client, so we are going to be request, means it might be either login page or registration page, whatever may be. My application server will be processed, whether it is your valid user or not, or a right credentials or not, you provided, it will be validated with the database and the response sent back to the client. Understood very clearly. But where exactly we can able to keep our customer, for example, storage, external storage, like in larger kind of files, images, videos, audios, where we can able to keep in databases? No. So that is the reason. So we are going to be using storage. We are going to be using storage. So we have a different types of storages we are going to be learning as please. So for deploying an application, what kind of infrastructure we require, we can easily get it from where exactly? From cloud. Which cloud? Azure. After getting this infrastructure, by using this infrastructure, we can able to implement our DevOps process by using CI/CD pipeline. Azure DevOps. So by using Azure, we can able to get this infrastructure. On top of this infrastructure, we can able to implement so DevOps process. DevOps process. By using Azure cloud, we can get a infrastructure. On top of it, we are going to be implementing DevOps process. What is a DevOps and how exactly we implement? We understood in the last session. Understood very clearly. So by using cloud, we can able to get a infrastructure. On top of the infrastructure, we are going to be implementing DevOps process. I'll write down. I'll write down here, please. So we can deploy our applications, means websites, on cloud infrastructure, cloud infra, by using DevOps process. What is the DevOps? We understood in the last session. What is a cloud? We understood for that to Azure cloud. Any cloud providing the same kind of infrastructure, either Azure or Google or AWS. Okay. So this is what exactly for today's session. And before taking your questions, please, before taking your questionnaire, so this course is suits for, this is going to be covered AWS, sorry, Azure administration, and it's going to be covered Azure DevOps, guys, please. Azure DevOps, these two will be covered. So we are going to be start with the Linux basics. Linux basics, then Azure DevOps. So after completion of this course, you can able to search for cloud admin, cloud developer, Azure admin, Azure developer, roles, job roles, which you are going to be suits for. You can apply for these roles. Job roles, please. Understood. So, and you can able to do certification. AZ 900 means fundamental, functional things. AZ 104 means administration. And AZ 400 is a DevOps. So these are all the certifications you can able to do it by this course. You can able to crack, you can pass, you can complete your certification also. So these are all the roles you can able to cover. So these are all the certificates you can able to do it. And before taking your questionnaire, so let us revise course overview. So overall new joiners, then let them get benefited. It is a complete DevOps, complete Azure, Linux basics, shell script, it will be covered. So total the course duration is 5 months. Total duration is what? 5 months. It is the Linux basics, it will be covered. I will be covered. Shell script, I will be covered. No programming is required. We have a required laptop to practice daily. So freshers can join in this course, and experience also can join in this course. Any graduate can join in this course. So which are all the benefits if you join daily class recordings after the payment via Google Drive? Resume preparation, I'm going to be helping with you. Interview question and answers, 4 live real-time projects, 80% of soft material. Our course starts with the very basic level and finish with an advanced. And each and every session is a practical oriented session. So after completion of this course, you will receive a certificate from our institute. So daily 1 hour session, Monday to Saturday, you are going to be paying 12,000 rupees for full DevOps, full Azure, and daily class recordings. So if you want to talk to admin regarding fees, so 9297 929777. Got it? If this number is busy, then if this number is busy, then call this number. It is a course content link. What exactly I'm going to be covered? So I will be right on here. So please, this is a DevOps content. It is a Azure content. Please look at once. Please look at once. Okay, fine. So who want this, please take a photo of this. Better further communication. So the next class on Monday. So we're going to start regular session, how to create how to create Azure account, how to create Azure server virtual machines on cloud, Azure cloud. So practically we are going to be an experience on Monday. Our practical sessions and regular sessions will be started from Monday. There is no session class. There is no class on this Saturday and Sunday. The next class on Monday with same link. For this Saturday, they have no class, but every Saturday we have a class. So the classes are Sunday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, but this Saturday, no class. Every Saturday we have a class, but this Saturday, no class. The next class on Monday with the same time, same link. We'll meet on same link and same time. So that's it, guys. Please, do you have any questions? Please, you can ask me. Any questions, please? Our online students. Do you have any questions, please? Fine. So will we continue on Monday with same time, same link? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys, please. So will we continue on? Thank you. So let me fix our agenda. Let me fix our agenda, guys, please. So today we are going to be understand what is DevOps. We're going to be understand what is DevOps for today. In tomorrow, we are going to be understand what is Azure and what is the difference between Azure versus DevOps. So this is an exactly class for tomorrow, but today we are going to be understand what is an exactly DevOps. We are going to be understand. So this course is designed with complete DevOps plus complete Azure plus Linux basics. So first we're going to be our course will be starts with what? Linux. We're going to be starts with what? Linux. Then we're going to be starts with what? Azure administration, which we are going to be covering. Please, Git administration we're going to be covering. Then after completion of Azure, we're going to be discuss about DevOps. So this is an exactly flow of our class. So before starting the session, let it be course overview. This course is designed with what? Complete DevOps, complete Azure administration, Linux basics with shell script. The total duration of this course is 5 months. It will take 5 months. Total duration is, it will be 5 months. So Azure duration itself 2 months plus. So DevOps duration is 3 months. Total how much, guys, please? 5 months. If you join in this course, so you require a Linux basics that I will be covered. And shell script also required, that also will be covered. No programming like Java, .NET, Python not required. So to learn this course, so practice daily, you require a laptop with this configurations. So either freshers can join or experience, anyone can join, either freshers or experience, anyone can join in this course. So minimum graduation is graduation. Any graduate can join like this, like a BSc Computers, MC, MBA, BTech, MTech. Any graduate can join in this course. If you join in this course, which are all the benefits? So daily class recordings, after the payment, you will receive via Google Drive. From date of registration, it is 11 months access. So resume preparation, interview question and answers. For live real-time projects, it will be covered. 80% of software it will be covered. Our course starts with very basic level, finish with what? An advanced. Finish with what? An advanced, please. And each and every session is a practical oriented session. I will implement in front of you. The same thing you're going to be implement in your laptop also. So after completion of this 1 hour session, CLC, what? A website. You see, in language, we call as what? Application. Placing on server. Once if this point, listen very carefully. What is an application? Anybody help me? Application is equal to website. Servers. Once if it is placed, we're going to be accessing over internet as what? Website. Question is what exactly? SDLC. SDLC. So what is an SDLC? Please, anybody help me? Software development lifecycle. Software development lifecycle. In SDLC, we have several stages like analysis, design, implementation, testing, deploy, and maintenance. So these are all stages we have. These are all the stages we have. Analysis, design, implementation, testing, deploy, and maintenance. So by helping of SDLC, we can produce an application. That application we are going to be placing on server side. Then we are going to be accessing as a website. So means by using SDLC, we can produce a software to do business in internet. To do the business in internet. So, for example, if you want to, a Flipkart kind of application, like a Redbus kind of applications, can able to get it overnight? Can able to get overnight in a single day? No, it is not possible. It is not possible. So what we will do, please? Step by step, stage by stage. So what is the first step, guys, please? Analysis means gathering information, means how exactly login page, how exactly registration page, how exactly the payment gateway, each and every information will be gathered from where? Client. How exactly the business model, what is the business, what are the purpose is doing business, what are the scope of this business, what are the market, each and everything it will be gather and analysis. Based on analysis, it will be design. Based on analysis, it will be design. Design is nothing but what? Plan. Design is nothing but what? Plan. According to the plan, our developers will be implemented by using Java, .NET, Python, implement. By using any programming, our developers will be implement. So once if it is implement, so our tests will be verified. Whether it is working or not, it will be verified. So once if it is verified, so then we are going to be placing on hundreds of servers. Once if it is placed on hundreds of servers, once if it is placed on hundreds of servers, so we can able to access our internet as a website. Whether it is working or not, we are keep on monitoring and maintenance. This entire flow we are calling as what? SDLC, software development lifecycle. In this SDLC, so architects are involved, developers are involved, testers are involved, Linux administrators involved, DB administrators involved, DevOps engineers, AWS administrators, Azure administrators, all people are involving in this flow. If you are IT employee, if you are a software employee, you are part of this diagram. You're part of this diagram. You're part of SDLC. So testers can verify the software. Developers can write the code. What about DevOps engineer here? What about Azure people here? Understood very clearly. What is an exactly DevOps engineer do here? So as a DevOps engineer, we are going to be implementing a DevOps process. As a DevOps engineer, we are going to be implementing DevOps process. What is the DEV, guys, please? Development. What is OPS, please? Operation. The combination of development plus operation we are calling as what? DevOps. That means our roles and responsibilities start from where? Dev environment. Ends with where? Operation. That means, so we are part of coding. We are part of build. We are part of testing. We are part of release. We are part of deploy and operation monitor. But to be frankly, we are not writing any coding. We are not writing any test cases. Just we are going to be implementing an automated DevOps process. An automated DevOps process. So once in implement DevOps process, we are going to be delivering automatically, which is written by developer, that code automatically deploying onto the production environment. The lines of code, which is written, the lines of code by developer, it's going to be deploying on production environment. So while delivering working software from dev environment to production environment, make sure whether you are going to be delivered within a shortest time or not, whether you're going to be delivered with a high quality or not, with a low cost or not. It is a DevOps. So what is a DevOps? Anybody help me? Is DevOps is a technology? No. Like Python, like Java? No. It is not a technology. It is a process. DevOps is a process. DevOps is a process. DevOps is a methodology. DevOps is a process. So while implementing this DevOps process, make sure whether you are going to be delivering working software within a shortest time or not, with a high quality or not, with a low cost or not, is nothing but what? DevOps process. Is nothing but what? DevOps process. Is nothing but what? DevOps process. So by using DevOps, which are all the advantages, guys, please? We can able to deliver fast and frequent. And we can able to improve n number of deployment. And with high quality, with low cost, with a low failure rate. So these are all the features and advantages by using DevOps process. So once if you're getting into the company, so what is an exactly roles and responsibilities? Replacing with what? Complex pipeline with transparent pipeline. Complex pipeline Replacing with what? Transparent. Transparent pipeline. Sir, what is a complex pipeline? Our SDLC process is complex. DevOps process is a transparent. Sir, why we are calling SDLC is a complex? Because of it is a manual process. Because of it is a manual process from analysis to design, design to implementation, implement testing. It is a manual process. It is a manual process. So due to the manual process, if you got any issue in the middle, so to identification, it will take long time. For resolving, long time. That's what we're calling as a complex. So to understand one more time, so we have a water pipeline underground. Somewhere else we have a blockage. How difficult to find it? Very difficult. Am I right or no? For identification, it will take long time. For resolving also it will long time. That's what we're calling as a complex. But what we're expecting as, please? We're expecting a transparent pipeline. We're expecting what? A transparent pipeline. But the same block in a transparent pipeline. By one look itself, we can able to find it or not? By one look itself, we can able to find it or not? Yes, we can able to find it. We can able to find it. And we can able to resolve this issue as soon as possible. So how exactly you can feel it here? The same way our DevOps process also. Because if it is a transparent pipeline, because if it is a transparent and automated process, while implementing this, if we got any issue, any problem, can able to find it very easily or no? Can able to resolve it very easily or no? Yes. Yes. So that's what we're calling as what? DevOps is an automated transparent pipeline. But actual DevOps transparent pipeline will look like this. The actual DevOps transparent pipeline look like this only. Clear all of you? So in this DevOps transparent pipeline, we have a plan, code, integration, testing, release, deploy, and operation. Plan, code, integration, test, release, deploy, and operations, guys, please. So in this DevOps transparent pipeline, our roles and responsibilities start from where? Coding. Ends with where? Operations. Ends with where? Operation. That means we are part of coding, integration, testing, release, deploy, operation. So while implementing this DevOps process, so we are not part of planning. We are not doing any planning. We are not doing any coding. We are not writing any coding. We are not writing any test cases. Just we are going to be implementing an automated DevOps transparent pipeline from dev environment to production environment. Got it? It's very clear, all of you. It's very clear, all.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sir. But let us understand a little bit deeper. Let us understand. So developers keep on writing code or no? Developers are keep on writing code or no? Yes. That code is going to be maintained by DevOps engineer. We're going to be maintaining. Writing is responsible by the developer. Maintain is responsible by the DevOps engineer. And then, so how many developers are writing? N number of developers are continuously writing. So developers are continuously writing. As a DevOps engineer, we continuously integrate. So once if it is integrated, all developer source code. So we are going to be execute our test cases. We're going to be execute our test cases. So once if it is an execute, if there is no error, we are going to be delivering. We are going to be delivering into release. This entire process we are calling as what? CI CD, continuous integration, making working software. We are going to be a deliver, continuous integration, continuous deliver, CI/CD. So once if it is implement CI/CD, we are going to be deploying our applications on hundreds of servers, either physical servers or virtual servers or Azure cloud servers. We can go for Azure cloud servers. And once if it is placed our applications on hundreds of servers, we can able to access over internet as a website. Clear? That's it. So whether it is working or not, so we are continuously monitoring and maintenance. This entire process, which you are calling as what? DevOps process. DevOps process. This DevOps process, either we can implement physical servers or virtual servers or cloud servers, any cloud, either Azure or AWS or Google. Understood very clearly where we are, what we are going to be learning. Fine. But if you want to implement this DevOps process, we have to understand some tool stack. We have to understand some tool stack. The first which we are going to be implementing CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery. There is a two ways. One is a raw way or else Azure way. Both we are going to be learning. Raw way we are going to be implementing, and the same thing we are going to be implementing in Azure CI/CD pipeline. Both. Both that. Azure CI/CD pipeline, both. So first let us understand raw way. Means Git is a version control. Git is a version control. So which is written by developers. Keep on writing lines of code or no? That code is going to be maintained by Git in a version wide. Once if it written the Java code, we are going to be executing by build tool Maven. Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool. So once if it is an execute our code, we are going to be integrate by helping of Jenkins. Jenkins is an automation. Jenkins is a automation tool. Jenkins is an automation tool. And we are going to be learning JFrog also. JFrog is a code analyzer. JFrog is a release. Sorry, repeating. JFrog is nothing but what? Release. JFrog is a release. And we are going to be learning SonarQube. It is not in syllabus, but if we have, definitely if we have time, definitely we'll discuss SonarQube also. So by helping of these are all the tools, Git, Maven, Jenkins, JFrog, we are going to be implementing CI/CD pipeline. But the same thing we are simulating in, same thing we are going to be understand one more time in Azure DevOps also. It is a raw way, and another way Azure CI/CD pipeline also. Two ways we're going to be learning this. That's what we're taking 5 months on, more time. Fine. And then, so after implementing our CI/CD pipeline, CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery, we want to deploy our applications on hundreds of servers or no? Hundreds of servers or no? These hundreds of servers, how we can able to automate? For example, I want to create a file on 100 servers. Do it by manually one by one. How much time it will take? Just creating one file, 100 servers, and how much time it will take? For example, if you want to install a software, for example, you want to delete a file. If you do manually, how difficult? Please think about it. But what you wanted? An automated process that we are going to be implementing by helping of configuration management. So these hundreds of servers, we can automate by helping of configuration management. So what is an exactly configuration management? Replacing with what? A manual configuration process with replaced with what? An automated process. This configuration management supported by Ansible. And so many